So if you want to bring in an image online, it's really easy. So what you need to do is, just like anything, the first thing you're going to do is first create a sketch. Select the plane. And then up here, there is an icon that says Insert DXF or DWG. Next to that, there's an arrow. If you click that, you're going to click Insert Image. And you're going to find the image. So on the bottom of this, there's a button that says Import. So if you click Import, you're going to find the image that you want to import. So I'll click this one here. So I just went online and I found an outline of a bunny. So say I wanted to trace this out. Now I'm going to select the image that I want to import. So I select it, and now it's going to say Draw Image Rectangle. So what you need to do is click and drag, and it will stretch that image out. So just stretch it out, and then you can size it later. So I'll click it. Great. Now, if I want, say I want these, I can scale these up. So I have 3 images here. So say I wanted to have maybe just trace one of these bunnies. What I can do is give this line a dimension. So I'll say, all right, this is now 5 inches from end to end, or 5.5 inches. Maybe I want this to be 6, right? And I can just check. I'll just draw a quick line tool just to see. All right, so each bunny is roughly 1.75 inches long by 3 inches tall. That's fine. But it's nice because you can scale this up to be whatever size you want. So if you're tracing an image of a template of something that you want to trace and you need it to be exact, you can dimension the actual image itself. So that's great. Now I'm just going to title this sketch as image so I don't forget, and accept it. Great. Now what I want to do, if I want to trace this, I click sketch again, and I'm just going to sketch on that same plane. And you can use a bunch of different tools. There's a few different ways of doing this. There's a tool called the spline tool up here. If I click this, this allows you to draw curves. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and I'll just trace this bunny in the center here. I can go, click once, and if I click, you can add curves. So I want to do like a rough outline. It does not need to be perfect. But wherever I put points, you can see it'll start to draw the shape of the bunny. The more curves, the more accurate. And it's okay if it's not perfect. So we'll just go around the whole thing. And you'll know you have to connect the, typically to extrude anything, you don't have to, but if you want to extrude something, you have to connect the points. So you have a complete image here. And I'll just title this image trace, accept the sketch, and I'll hide the original image just to see my outline. Looks decent. And if I open that sketch again, you can come in here and I can kind of move the points if this isn't how I want it to be. If I want to kind of round over the shape a little bit, tweak it, I can kind of move some of these points to get the shape that I want, right? And then from here, if it looks good, I can do the same thing I typically do, right? To create a feature or a 3D part, I click extrude, and then I can extrude this. So maybe I want this to be 0.25, right? And I have my bunny now. I could 3D print this, right? I could do whatever I wanted with this. You can add on to this. Maybe you want to create a sketch on top of this. I'm just kind of creating random things here. I could give this bunny eyes, right? I could draw using the spline tool again if I wanted to. I could, again, create a sketch, use the spline tool, maybe give him a little smiley face. Again, I'm just playing around with this. And maybe I want to extrude this, right? That's what that would look like, a little weird. Or I could, again, remove that. So then I could export this, 3D print this, and have this actual physical piece. Or typically what we do with something like this is I would laser cut this out. So what I would then do is from here, you can create a drawing of your part. So I go to part 1, create drawing of the part. And if I'm going to do this, typically I say custom template with no, where it says border, I say do not include. title block, do not include. So basically it's just a blank sheet. There's no title block or anything. Click OK. And insert that view at a 1-to-1. And you'll notice it will have some crosshairs if you have circles in your design. If that is the case with yours, if you just hover over your design, right click, click show hide, hide auto center marks. And then from here, great, I have my image that I could then bring over to the laser and turn these lines to red, right? Or engraved. If you wanted to leave it, you would leave them black. From here, go to my part drawing tab, export this as a PDF, export that and put that into the manufacturing folder so I can bring it over to the laser itself. Okay, and that's how you bring in an image and trace it. And you can do this with a bunch of different drawings, right? I just chose this clip art, but if you were doing like a guitar body, maybe I could find the guitar, say I wanted to image trace something like this, where you really want to find the front view of something, right? So I could bring in this image, scale it to the size I want, and trace it out, and make my template and build my part from there.